What's going on, everybody? My name is Steve Mendez. I'm the Now Gen pastor at Momentum Church.
How you doing, folks? I've been working on that line for a while. You think it works?
It's good. Keep going.
How you doing, folks? Hi, everyone. I'm Tyler McNeely, creative director here at Momentum Church. It just feels weird to give full names.
It's
very formal.
The Current, where we go over
Which is very informal.
Cut.
No, we're not cutting. We're going. Welcome to Say It.
This is
Say It.
The Current, where we go over Pastor Tim's current message and we talk about some current events.
And boy, are there some current events.
Yeah. What was your welcome? Howdy? Is that what you said?
Howdy, folks.
Howdy, folks.
Which seems very gentle.
Do you want to start using like different colloquial sayings from around the United States?
When you say colloquial, I know what that means.
You didn't even say the word right. Are you sure you know what it means?
I would never embarrass you like this.
Colloquial.
Colloquial. Colloquial.
Colloquial.
Colloquial. That's what I said.
No. You said it that time.
I think colloquial.
Yeah. Like conversational, cultural statements.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Like we start saying yins. Like, what up, yins?
That is, I don't like what.
That's the thing. That's Pennsylvania.
Tell me more. Yins?
Yins. It's short for like youngins. They'll be like, what up, yins?
Yins. Okay.
Like how we'd say y'all. Or in New Jersey, they'd say,
so
yeah, you guys. Oh, hey.
So when I was growing up, I had a lot of street cred. I still do.
Street in Memphis?
Yeah.
A lot of street cred?
Oh, bro, I'm from Fraser.
Yeah.
Look it up. Look it up. Anyways, so I had a lot of street cred, and I still do. But the reason why your boy has so much street cred is because I just kept being myself, and I kept saying things like I'd walk in and I'd be like, hey, man. And it's like, howdy. Like, man, I'd say things like, man, the folks will love that. That's swell.
Give you
I'd say things like that.
Yeah.
And just the fact that I stayed true to my true north, my heartbeat, followed that, and listened to my heart above all else. And it's kept me strong.
Listen to your heart above all else.
Yeah, that's great life advice, isn't it?
That is.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Sure, it's a Bible verse, right?
The heart is truthful above all things.
No, it's not.
Nope. It's not.
That's not the verse.
It's deceitful.
He's misquoting scripture, just to be clear.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Anyways,
current events.
Oh man, there's
Yeah,
a
we
lot
got some
going
good
on.
ones.
What do you want to talk about?
We talk about the Russian ships posturing in the Red Sea.
It's scary.
This is great.
Well,
I call that job security.
we don't know. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know how scary it is yet.
I don't think it's scary at all.
Yeah.
Look, Russia. So I had this conversation in the back of the van yesterday on the way to food. I don't remember who it was with, but Ukraine is basically the deep south of the Eastern Bloc. Hear me out.
Deep south of the Eastern
The
Bloc.
Eastern Bloc, Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
They are like the deep South America of the Eastern Bloc. And why
Absolutely.
I say that is
Yeah.
when Russia came like, oh, our military's here, there was grandmas making Molotov cocktails like, y'all come get some. And we thought of Russia as this like major superpower. And then little Ukraine, every citizen was like, well, we've got guns and bombs and come on.
Yeah. And just to be clear, in case things go really south with Russia, I just want you to know, like,
Don't.
What?
You don't give your allegiance to that side.
I didn't give my allegiance. I would never do that.
Don't.
I'm just saying. Like,
yeah. I'm not worried about Russia. You think I'm sweating
Russia?
Russia?
I'm not sweating anything.
not sweating
Literally.
Russia.
I'm a little chilly right now.
I'm not sweating Russia.
But yeah, that's pretty crazy. The fact that we're still a year and a half. How long has it been?
Yeah, about.
Yeah.
Yep.
And people thought, I don't think anyone anticipated it. Well, actually, that's not true. I don't think anyone anticipated that it would be lasting this long.
Yeah.
There'd be some resolution sooner. Unless you subscribe to the theory of like warmongering.
Well, we have moved
in the business of war.
We've moved completely as a world away from total war and towards limited war.
Yeah.
And with limited war, there's usually like, well, there's an end in sight. We know we've defined the win.
Yeah.
And it's not like we have to ruin the whole country to get there.
Yeah.
If we put enough of an offensive, you will fold, you will sign this treaty, you will sign this proclamation, this war will end because of X.
Yeah.
And that's just not happening.
No.
It's just not happening.
They don't do war like they used to.
Yeah. So limited war.
Limited war.
How about that?
So that's definitely a current event.
Yeah.
Chalk that up.
Yeah.
How political should we get?
You know how I feel about politics. I don't talk about them because I don't want to
I'll just say
ostracize
this.
anybody.
I think that if you're not aware, you should be aware.
Yeah. Know what's happening.
Know what's happening and know what your sitting president is putting out. And,
Yep.
Be open.
Some high
Be
profile.
open, let me say this. Be open to voting your values.
That's all I vote.
Yeah. Same.
Some high profile celebrities getting taken out through their actions. P. Diddy getting raided.
Oh, I'm not even following P. Diddy as much.
Yeah. Well, they haven't. He ran away to an island, I'm pretty sure. But they seized his assets under the guise of a human trafficking investigation. So
that's awful.
And now I say alleged because I'm a big fan of innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah,
and charges are not.
Let the system happen.
Charges are not guilt.
Yeah.
Charges are suspicions with evidence to back
With
them.
evidence, yeah. Typically.
So we'll see what happens. But man,
or no, what's the right word? With cause.
Cause.
Yeah.
Probable cause.
Probable. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, I'm not following that story as much right now. But yeah, it's pretty wild.
Crazy.
We just came off Easter.
Just came off Easter.
It was a big day.
Riding the high, man.
What a great day.
It was a great day.
Man, I was so tired. I think I'm still
still
sleepy.
a little like jet lagged from Easter in a good way.
What a great day.
It was dude.
Because not only did we have 2 gatherings in the morning at the Singer, we had Blackwater campus that had their very first Easter gathering that night.
Yep.
And it was pretty wild, man. Over 200 men came and 6 gave their life to Jesus. And
the cool part about the 200 is that was on our care/prison pastor Brian. That was on his dream board. Like he was fasting to break 200.
Oh wow,
that's what his goal was.
No way,
was to break 200.
Speaking of Brian, did you enjoy the cross on Sunday?
Yeah, who built that?
Brian built that. It's pretty incredible, man.
Yeah.
Did such a great job.
Anything, everything,
massive.
or nothing. 24
really
feet.
Was. 26,
somewhere
around there.
Right around there, yeah.
It was massive.
24. Yeah, it was big, man.
I stood next to it and just was dwarfed.
Yes.
And for me to be dwarfed by something, it's pretty impressive because I'm the size of a door. Like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Anyway, you don't see it? I see it.
I don't see it.
That's my goal.
You watching any shows right now?
Am I watching any shows right now currently? X-Men 97. Yes. I started that and man, I am just in love with it.
I don't know what that is. Can you?
It's a animated.
What's it on?
Television show, Disney Plus.
Okay.
So
Disney Plus and Hulu became a thing.
I saw that.
Yeah, they're one thing now.
They're one.
That's cool.
They're
anyway,
one.
Not to interrupt. Continue.
No, well, X-Men 90. So if you remember the X-Men cartoon when you were a kid, it's basically that entire. They basically like rebooted that.
Nice.
So it's like they're retelling that story in that style. So if you love like 90s cartoons, then which I am a fan of, then it's perfect for you.
Sure.
And it's been really good. I'm watching that. What about you?
Physical 100. Do you have any frame of reference?
No.
So it's the second season. Haven't watched the first season. But the idea is it's South Korea. And they take the 100 greatest physical specimens in the whole country and put them in a competition.
So I would definitely make the cut.
It's
if I was in South Korea, I'd definitely probably make the cut.
I want to say a solid 50% or more of the contestants were on Olympic and or national teams of some sort. So it's like really high profile.
Yeah.
Bodybuilders, powerlifters, soccer players, just all these. So it's down to the final 4 right now.
Yeah.
Out of 100, down to the last 4. Spoiler alert. Turn this off if you're currently
watching the Fiscal 100.
The final 4, 2 of them are Americans who have moved to Korea. So America's doing pretty well.
How far do you think I would have made it in the competition?
Not very.
Really?
Yeah.
That is surprising to hear.
I wouldn't either.
Well, that's not as surprising. But
look, man, 80% of it has been like heavily endurance based, like long-term strength and endurance.
Yeah.
Anybody that weighs more than 200 pounds, not making it. Like these have been that like 175, 180 pound stormtrooper type.
Just a little bit over 200. What, John? That's you?
Because there's been like...
You weigh over 200 pounds?
So he was saying he's the perfect...
You weigh 160?
I believe that.
He's too tall. No, I would put him at easily 185. That may be the most shocking thing I have heard.
But
in 2 days.
So like some of these competitions, think like 50 feet of monkey bars. and you're like hand over handing while
stuff.
kicking things down. And so like body weight plays a big factor into it.
I'm not interested in that kind of stuff, man. The whole upper body
it's a lot.
Movements and stuff, like the whole Ninja Warrior.
Well, one of my favorite, when they had 100 of them, to get rid of 50, everybody picked an opponent. And then there was an octagon with a 10-pound medicine ball in the middle. And they said 3 minutes, whoever has the ball at the end of 3 minutes wins. Do whatever you want.
No way.
And some of the dudes were like pro MMA fighters and jiu-jitsu guys. And they were just like, I saw a judo guy and a jiu-jitsu.
Did they wait until like 2:30 to start?
Some.
That's what I would have done.
So some people dove on it and just tried to maintain.
Yeah.
But there was one, it was a gold medalist in judo and a gold medalist in...
And there was no restrictions?
Jiu-jitsu, yeah. You couldn't like punch in the face, but you could grapple, armbar, like whatever you wanted.
So armbar, like break arms?
To get them off the ball. Like people were pulling arm arms to get them to release the ball and then like going after the ball. It's legit.
But like, why would you not just like, if you had an armbar secured, why would you not just break the arm and then let them deal with that while you go hold on to this ball?
I don't think that you could incapacitate someone's arm. They didn't say any rules. So if you watch it, they're not like, no this, no that. But physically, you could like pry them off. Anyway, so
there were rules or there were no rules?
Not that they stated, but I'm sure there
had to have been rules.
But I'm sure that there were. Like the one dude got elbowed in the face and they like called a blood timeout, cleaned him up, and then went back in.
Oh, see, that's crazy. Yeah, see, there's rules.
They just didn't state them.
Don't let them fool you. Because now you and I are in a, let's say you and I are in that same competition. What's your move? What's your strategy?
I'm going to let you do whatever you want for 2.5 minutes, and then I'm going to beat the ever-living crap out of you and take the ball.
Yeah, same. I would, except for the whole letting you beat the crap out of me, I think that would not happen. But I would definitely wait until the last like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And then just like...
That's what I was saying. So judo gold medalist, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gold medalist. The guy goes out, gets the ball, rolls it 10 feet away, bows to the other dude, and they just like go at it 2.5 minutes with the ball all the way away. And then when the one guy gets in an advantageous position, like takes his back, there's like 15 seconds left and he lets go and goes and gets, but they decided like, we're going to fight and whoever wins this fight can go get the ball.
Honor and go get the ball. I love that. That's
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's how I would have.
Pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I probably would have done that, man. That's probably how I would have established it.
Cool show. If you're looking for something that's mindless.
Then I would have tried to cheat at the very, very end and run and like knee you in the face.
Nice.
Off the ball.
Nice.
Actually, no. Dude, I'm so dumb. Let me be very clear. I would immediately start going for your knees.
Yeah, I got bad knees.
I would immediately start just like donkey kicking your knees as hard as I could.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
What do you mean it's not going to happen?
I'm not going to stand there and let you kick me in the knee.
You would have no choice.
I was a competitive fighter for 15 years.
Ooh, man. If I wanted to destroy your knees,
you think I'm just gonna stand there and be like, "Hey, free shot at the most vulnerable part
I'm not saying you wouldn't put up a fight. What I'm saying is, you'd have a third surgery, sir.
You and many people have tried.
I've not tried, just be clear.
But if
I would try,
if you're looking for mindless
succeed.
TV, watch it. It's good. It's on Netflix.
I'm still hung up on the fact that you think I can't get to your knees.
Not a chance.
Oh, okay.
Not a chance.
I'm offended.
Not a chance. Not a grab, not a kick, not a...
Yeah. Because even... just think about... Even if you were to grapple me, even if we were to... your knees are still there.
I'm taking your back. You're not getting to my knees.
Yeah, that's possible. That's definitely not impossible to get my back. But I would do everything I could to grab a hold of your knees.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I'd be very scrappy. I think you'd be surprised at how violent and scrappy things got very quickly.
I would give you that.
Yeah.
Because when people's backs are against the corner and like that part of them comes out, it's like, whoa, there's a lot there.
Oh, man. Hey, I saw a copperhead today.
Whereabouts?
Not a copperhead. I'm embarrassed. A moccasin.
Whereabouts? The property?
At the property.
Nice.
Yeah, we were doing some filming on the property earlier, and yep, twice I saw it. I'm pretty sure it's the same one.
Was it in the water or in the woods?
It was in the water, swimming in the water, and came up, saw it, kind of went into the brush, and then we went and did the film, and then at the very end, came back over there and saw it swimming again. Yeah, pretty crazy. How many venomous snakes do you think are... Have I told you the story about me and the snake identification group?
So you told me the story about how you used to fish Frisbee golfs out of a water moccasin infested pond and then resell them.
Yeah, I did that a little bit.
I would never. I'm not playing that game.
So the moccasins didn't bother me as much. What bothered me about that is, like the last time I did it, I looked over and there was a giant snapping turtle.
Thing will take your freaking toes off.
Dude, this thing was the size of my trunk.
Yeah.
And it just like came up to the surface. I was done. I was out of the water.
Yeah.
and I look over, it comes to the surface, as if to say like, "Hey, I'm in here too, buddy." And then goes back down, and I've never been back in that water again. No. We'll never do that because it just takes one time of towing a.
And you were actively digging with your feet to find the frisbees.
You have to. And to be clear, it's a very lucrative.
You told me you made like good money because those things sell for like
they sell 15, for like
$20
15
each.
to 25, sometimes more.
That's crazy,
and it's free. And so you could get in there for an hour and get 25 discs. So do the math.
Yeah.
What's the math on that?
20 times 20, 400.
Yeah. Not bad for an hour's work,
Yeah.
But anyways, there's 3 types of venomous snakes in this area. What do you think they are?
Water moccasins, for sure.
That's one. What are the other 2?
There's not diamondbacks. I don't think there's rattlesnakes around here like that. Copperhead, I'd say. Probably copperhead.
What's your final answer?
I'm going to say water moccasin, copperhead, and coral snakes.
So 2 of those were correct.
Okay.
One of them was not. Do you want to
No.
Take one out and put a third one in? Mm-mm. I'll give you one chance to do that for content purposes only. Because we need content.
Water moccasin, I'm sticking with.
Okay.
Copperhead, I'm sticking with. Coral snake might be too tropical. Might be too tropical.
That's funny.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Tell me.
So you were right about the cottonmouth.
Okay.
Moccasins are definitely here they're indigenous to our area.
Yep.
That's for sure. Coral snake.
It is here?
Is actually indigenous.
So.
It's an eastern coral snake.
Okay. All right.
So there's different what do you call that? Like whatever. Different kinds of coral snakes. Eastern coral snake is definitely here. Species. There's a word for it though. I forget what it is.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's here for sure.
Denominations. Different denominations of
But there's actually no copperheads here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say they don't exist because you have these weird people that will go and like get venomous snakes as like pets.
Sure.
Which if
just
that's
like
you.
If you've ever seen a white rabbit in nature, it was a pet. There are no wild white rabbits around here. They're brown hairs.
Let me ask you this. Let me start this way. Okay, and then the second one, there's not copperheads here, indigenous. What there is here is eastern diamondbacks.
So I said that, and I talked myself out of it because I thought they were desert snakes.
No, and you know this too because we've been out at the hunting camp.
Yeah.
Up in or
McDavid.
McDavid.
Yeah.
And there was eastern diamondbacks we came across.
Okay. So dang it. Talk myself out of it. All right.
But yeah, so that's definitely a thing that's let me ask you this, because there's people that do have like venomous snakes as like not pets. I don't know if they call them pets.
Yeah. They have
what
them.
Is the
they keep them.
Purpose of a venomous snake in your house?
Dude, people do really dumb stuff.
I never understood that.
Sometimes it's for like clout and to say you have it. Sometimes there's like a genuine rush.
You see videos and they literally have like these like snakes from like India. Yeah. These pit vipers from like India or
it's wild, man.
What is that? Well, I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's what is it, like mambas?
Black mambas, yeah.
It's different. And but anyways, it's like I just don't understand the purpose of that.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, what's the fun of that?
I feel like some people
be on edge the entire time.
Some people get a rush from that. And then some people, I think it's a straight clout thing. Like, I have a
King
deadly
Cobra.
snake. I think I do. It's the same people that raise like really obscure animals.
While we're on this topic of snakes and identifying venomous snakes, what's the number one snake identification question? If you go to identify a snake, what's the first thing you should ask yourself? Huh?
Eye shape.
Nope.
Round or slatted eyes. Whether the nose is rounded or not. Those are all ways to identify.
3 things. Number 1 is knowing what is indigenous to your area.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how to tell the difference between.
So when you ask, where is the snake?
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, you look at the pattern on the body.
Yeah.
Because that, and then number 3, you can go to the, eye shapes and shapes of heads. Because you have a coral snake who is a rounded head.
Right.
Round eyes.
It's one of the ones that, but you have to know the black, red, and yellow.
Highly venomous, yep.
Black, red, and yellow bands.
And then you have, of course, all the others that are super pointy heads and all that stuff. Enough about snakes. We've talked a lot about snakes. I take responsibility for that.
Yeah.
I brought up a lot of it.
It's okay. Is it educational?
Now you know.
Now
folks,
you know.
And they're not poisonous.
They're venomous.
And there's the difference.
If you eat it, it's poisonous. If it bites you, it's venomous.
If it eats you and dies, then you're poisonous.
You are poisonous.
Oh, man. So what a great day. Anything else going on in your life you want to talk about?
I got another would you rather. or who would win, but maybe after we talk about the message.
Okay.
We'll do it at the end.
We'll do a game at the end.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's one you've probably been asked before.
Okay.
But I'm very passionate about
the answer.
Are
you going to remember it at the end of the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I've been wrestling this question for like 20 years. So
wow.
It's in there.
We're going to settle a 20-year-old question.
We won't settle it.
Oh, I promise you we'll
it's
settle
unsettleable
it.
until we do it. Like we'd have to do it.
Well, no.
We'd have
cut
to
cut that. Because your boy is married.
So Easter at the Sanger, baby.
Easter at the Sanger. What a great day, man. What a great message. Pastor Tim freaking ripped the house down.
Dude, hope.
Gosh, man.
Hope.
Like, I just have so much respect for him.
Yep.
To literally bring the type of message and preach how he did for both gatherings, both packed gatherings. And then also, he preached at our Blackwater campus that night live. And just to speak to his character, did not have to do that.
Nope.
Like, it would have been super easy to just put a video in Blackwater.
Yes.
And no one would have batted an eye. No one would have said,
But there's a difference, and between doing it because you feel like you have to. Mm-hmm. He legitimately wanted to. Brian asked him if he would do it, and he was like, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the win. Yeah. Live at Blackwater on Easter, I'm in. Yeah. Knowing that he had Easter morning. And
it was a huge draw at Blackwater, over 200 men, which since 2014, we've not seen those numbers at Blackwater, so pretty crazy. And man, God did some incredible things over the course of all 3 live gatherings.
Yeah.
We had 26 people give their life to Jesus, so it's pretty incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clap.
But
really, really good. And so his message, man, what do you want to...
Just the whole idea of hope of the resurrection.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Do you have that hope of the resurrection,
right. It's so easy to know who Jesus was or what Jesus did, but having the hope of the resurrection is so different. And he's talking about how, I love it. I love the take, like the disciples doubted. The disciples ran. The disciples weren't there because they didn't have the hope of the resurrection yet.
Yep.
All they had was a dead Jesus.
Yeah. And he literally talks about, when the shepherd is gone, the sheep scatter.
Yep.
And that's exactly, we know how dark that how beautiful that day is now, but it's talking about Good Friday,
that Friday and Saturday.
It's only beautiful in hindsight.
Imagine,
it's only beautiful because of the resurrection.
Yep.
You think of how dark those 2 days were. Like hope is lost. It's the equivalent of like every great movie, every great trilogy. You look at Star Wars, you look at Lord of the Rings. There's probably others.
Fast and Furious, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. But there's, not Fast and Furious. But in Lord of the Rings, you have the 2 towers.
Yep.
All hope is lost. At the end of that, you're just like, what are we doing? And then at the end of Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. You not seen Star Wars?
Never.
Never seen Star Wars?
None of them. That's not true. I saw the new one with Rey and the emo guy. Mm-hmm. I didn't like it.
Wow. You've never seen the original trilogy?
Mm-hmm. It was bad. I didn't like the whole storyline. Was like, my parents don't understand me.
The best part was like in the new trilogy, I think it was the I don't remember what the second was. What's the second one called? You remember?
The Force Awakens.
That was the first one, and then there was the Return of the Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Was that the second one? Last Jedi? It was so bad. In that movie, so in Empire Strikes Back. Spoiler alert! If you've not seen it, which everyone
I feel like it's so old you can just.
Yeah, but just because it is now, you've not seen it, so
I haven't.
Are you familiar with the relationship between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker?
It's his dad.
So okay, so you are
I know like all the pop culture.
Well, so
points.
That moment,
like I know what a pretzel run is, and he did it in like 7 parsnips or something. I know that.
Anyways, in The Empire Strikes Back, that's a big story beat of you find out like.
But his name literally means father.
Okay, cool. Not everyone speaks German.
They should, especially if you like WWF. Vader, the Vader bomb. You should know.
The father bomb?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and then that was also in Boy Meets World, and it was Frankie's father, Vader, and that's where he got his wrestling name.
That's not how the
pop
story
culture,
goes.
Man. I'm just saying.
Pop culture. Anyways, okay. So at the end of Empire Strikes Back, it is hopeless. It is like, man, he finds out like, oh you're my dad. Oh shoot, and then he loses a hand.
Yes,
which is pretty gnarly. Don't yes like you know what I'm talking about. You have no
I know
clue.
that scene when he's like holding on, and he's
and then he falls, and that's the end of the movie. And you're like, oh man,
what a terrible movie.
What a awful, hopeless feeling you leave the theater with. And that's probably, I'm not trying to compare that to what the disciples went through.
Where are you going with this, man? Oh, no.
But that hopelessness is probably where day 2 ended.
So,
or how the death felt of the Good Friday.
In Fast
and
Furious Tokyo Drift, right?
No, that's not the best one. The best one was the second one.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Too Fast,
But
Too
in Fast
Furious.
Furious Tokyo Drift,
Too fast for y'all.
When Han is in his car and it flips and the gasoline
furious.
is dripping and it explodes and Han dies and everyone's like, no! But then in Fast 5, Han's back.
Who's Han?
It's one of the Asian guys.
Bro, I legitimately...
He's not the solo Han.
I've only seen the second one of that trilogy, of that...
You got to watch the first 4 or 5. First 5.
I've only seen Too Fast, Too Furious.
So after 5, they start getting into like international space
I got a fun
crime.
story after the podcast is over about that second movie.
International space crime is when it gets weird for me.
No, the whole thing got super off the rails when they're jumping over like the Grand Canyon.
That doesn't happen until like later.
But they all get super. Yeah, it's like this.
It gets crazy when it goes international. When they go to Brazil is when it gets weird.
Is that when it jumps the shark?
And the Rock comes in. And then they're on the runway, and they do the math of how long the runway had to have been for that scene to make sense, and it's like a 10-mile runway.
Man, when you go to all the craziest stuff from Fast and the Anyways, yeah. Back
First
to
one, very
the
believable,
message. Though. What?
First one, very believable.
I never saw it. I wouldn't know.
Tis not.
Well, don't spoil it for me, guys.
But anyway, yes.
Of course, I'm going to sit down and watch all 14 movies one day.
The whole idea of living through Friday and Saturday of Holy Week.
Yeah, of not knowing.
Of hope lost.
Yeah.
His hand is chopped off. He has fallen into the pit after he found out who his father was. And he had no idea.
That happened to Jesus?
No, I'm talking about Star Wars.
Oh. Well, you didn't establish what you were talking about. So just to be clear.
But yes. And then I love the idea of, it was two funny points he made. Mm-hmm. One more funny than the other. Number one, the argument of like, I can't read the Bible because man wrote the Bible. Well, man has written everything that's ever been written. That's my number one thing. Like all things are written by a man. That's how writing works. But number two.
Except for that wall in Nebuchadnezzar's house?
Yeah, that's fair. When the floating, yeah. But number two.
Gotcha.
I love when he was like, they would have left the women out.
Yes.
If it was by man's power, man's desire, man's brain, women were not honored. Women were not held in esteem. Mm-hmm. That would have been cut out, and a guy would have been like, I did that.
Yeah. That's interesting. What an interesting point. You know, you look at also the validity of Scripture is just the fact that, like, even Jesus' like siblings professed him as, you know, which
your little brother's never going to call you God.
Yeah. My little sister, that's definitely not.
And then the idea that people don't die for false beliefs, and all the disciples were at least attempted to be martyred. One didn't die, but it was an attempted murder.
Even John was really good at not dying.
He boiled alive in oil
and kept preaching,
kept going. But that idea,
he was really good at the whole not dying thing.
If it was all a farce, if it was all a ruse, when the knife is to your throat, you'd be like, guys, just kidding. I'm kidding.
Let me go.
Let me go.
Let me live. Yeah.
But when you've seen the death and the resurrection, you'll go to the grave for it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to denounce it.
Yeah. Yeah. He talked too about in his message about the whole like rejection and that intimacy with someone, and like how God just really wants to, you know, have that relationship with you, and so often we just kind of like stiff arm him, you know, and kind of put him off and reject. And it got me thinking, have you ever been rejected?
Depends.
Like relationally?
No.
Okay. Yeah, me neither.
No. Never been rejected.
The girls never broke up with you?
No. They've given me reasons to break up with them, and that's why I said depends.
Yeah.
Because, like, if somebody cheats on you and then you're like, well, I need to break up with you because you cheated on me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's rejection, but it wasn't them saying, like, I want to break up with you.
It's really only happened to me once.
Yeah, but I've never been.
I think it was.
That's what I'm saying. So that's I don't know.
It was in the 8th grade. Her name was Elise.
Elise? Do we need to find her? Let's get her on the podcast.
I'm sure she's nice. I've not talked to her in a long time. But yeah, it was one of those moments where I was like, I had never experienced that. And so like the concept of being rejected was not even on my radar.
Yeah.
And so when I went up to her, I was like, hey, I really like you a lot. I was like, I think we have something. And she just said, oh,
I like you as a friend.
Yeah. And I just was like, I didn't even realize we were friends.
You know where I've...
It was funny. So...
You know where I felt rejection?
She's doing well. Cheers.
I'm going to take that back. I've been rejected when trying to rekindle.
There you go.
When trying to rekindle something.
Wow, Mr. It's never happened to me.
It has never happened to me. Like, that's embarrassing. But...
It was not that...
It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
You're 35. You still remember it, so...
Well, I remember a lot of things.
No, it's okay.
I remember a lot of great things, too. You can start telling those stories.
But when trying to rekindle something, like after a breakup, and you're the one that goes back and you're like, hey... I think you've changed. I've changed. I really like to. That moment when they're like, actually, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's rejection. That sucks.
100% that's rejection.
That sucks.
And that's really embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
I cannot.
Yeah.
How are you even still here?
I met a really cool girl named Mel, and she took me back, so we're good.
I love that for you guys. That's really sweet. Every great love story.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, no, I'm reliving a lot of trauma right now.
I can tell.
It's not a good feeling.
I thought this would be fun anecdotal.
I feel like I forgot about
content,
it because it hurts so bad.
Seem like it's the right decision to move. Maybe we should just cut that.
I've been rejected.
But yeah, anyways, that's what we do to God. And that's the point. God wants nothing more than to have a deep relationship and connection with us and do life with us. And so often we just completely stiff arm. Am I wrong?
That was great.
Am I theological guys in the back? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Nope, I'm not.
Am I wrong? That's one of my favorite videos.
What video is that?
The guy's talking about Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the East. She came down in a bubble.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
I'll show it to you later. It's one of my favorite. It's an old like Vine video.
Oh, Miss Vine.
Back in the day.
Oh man, I did a Vine video one time. I'll see if I can find it. No, because Vine's gone now.
It's gone.
So I probably can't find it.
It's gone.
Yeah. I made a Vine one time where it was me and two coworkers were going to get 50-cent corn dogs from Sonic.
Okay.
And so we were all in it was one of the, I forget we were in the car or the table or something. And so it cut to each one. This is early early.
Yeah.
These reels were like this Vine was,
and they were the hilarity was in how crude they were.
Correct.
Yes.
And so I'd cut to one, and I'm like, all right, man, you gotta be real excited, like 50-cent corn dog day. And so I did one, did the other, and then it cut to me, and I just like, man, my friends are losers. It's just the dryness, and
it's good.
Yeah, it didn't really go anywhere, I don't think, but it was still pretty funny.
I still watch Vines, man.
I'll see if I can find mine.
Still watch Vines.
I like to think someone somewhere just like scour the internet for everyone's Vines.
Yeah.
And kept a database, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Who knows? What else from the message, man?
No, I mean, that's the tension with the Easter message, right? It's a great message because it's the gospel.
Yeah.
We could sit here, we could recast the gospel.
Yeah.
He shed some cool light on it, like the fact that it went to women first, what it's like to stiff arm God, and the disciples not knowing for 2 days because they didn't have the hope of the resurrection. Those are all cool little takes, but the Easter message it's the gospel.
It's the resurrection.
The cross. It's the resurrection. There's just a lot of hope in that. And we saw that hope move. 21 people giving their life to Jesus is no small feat. So
it's not.
And then I want to brag on your wife, man. Kids.
Do it.
The kids environments on Easter. Dude, nothing but 5 stars across the board from everybody I talked to. So
these were the things my wife was responsible for Easter. It was insane. In hindsight, I don't know how she does it. She's incredible. She is literally, I stand in awe.
Keep going. No, keep going. Yeah. We're going to make sure she watches it.
She was responsible for the kids' environments.
Yep.
Getting all that set up and resourced, and did
great job.
Everyone was blown, super.
Brag on the rest of the team. Like Skylar crushed it. Lindsay came in.
Yeah. And her team, they did phenomenal, but it takes a leader.
Right? Oh yeah.
And then also all the lobby elements that you saw, from the
photo
kids check-ins to the photo ops to all that, is her vision. And just,
she did great.
Completely blown away.
Yeah.
But also like which you didn't see like in the green rooms, just the amount of care and honor for our volunteers, our care and honor for our pastor, like in their green room, to have like his waters and his, it's just the stuff she thinks through and responsible. A lot of times I can get super overwhelmed. I'm like, of all this stuff, but I look at what she was doing, and I'm like, I'm never going to complain again.
No.
So
she crushed it.
She did great.
She crushed it.
Yep.
Easter was awesome.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was good.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
how are we looking on time?
I'd say we are at 48 minutes of podcast.
I'm going to vote with we are at 41. Where we at?
35. Oh, jeez.
Wow. 35.
Wow.
Oh,
you want to play my game now?
We have some content to fill.
Yeah, I got some.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Whoops.
Oh.
Whoa. Lights went out.
Smack it.
That's the night that the lights are out in Georgia.
That's a.
Just
just technical difficulties, guys. Hold on. This is actually really good lighting for pictures. For aesthetic pictures.
Southern lawyer.
For muscles.
The judge in the town's got bloodstains on his hands.
Dude, I love Dolly
Reba?
Parton.
I love her too.
That's what I meant, Reba.
Yeah, it's Reba.
Yeah.
Try to look
Miley
out for you, bro.
Cyrus.
Oh,
I love Miley Cyrus.
Oh, man.
Was that Taylor
you know
Swift?
who is really...
Not good?
Yeah.
JoJo Siwa?
Yes.
The worst.
I was about to say
I
that.
cringe every time she pops up.
It is rough. Roughosaurus Rex.
Do you know who Mitzi is?
No. Should I?
So Mitzi is this...
Is that who's responsible for what we're seeing now?
Mitzi is this 20-something on TikTok and Reels and all that, and she finds cringy videos and then remakes them and tags the original creator in them.
Good. Oh, send me that. I want to see hers, yeah.
She redoes the one, and she'll like put on wigs and stuff, and it's JoJo Siwa's video where she's like, when you just ran rehearsal for 20 hours, but gotta do it one more time before you get out of her car, and she's like choreoing in her car. And it's super cringy, and Mitzi recreate a dude so good.
It is
so good,
cringy, and just
her new look.
Yeah,
looks like a Kiss reject. It's not good.
And she said, "What did she say?" She goes, "This is my." I saw a video where she goes, "This is my Miley moment," and I'm just like, if you have to say that, it's not.
It's not genuine.
If you have to say that this is your, and that's number one. Number two, just absolute like, it's. Yeah,
I just love the
it's frustrating.
Inaccuracy of her lyrics, like her.
You took the time to learn her lyrics.
Well, it's not hard when it's 4 words.
What's the lyrics?
Like, I've been a bad girl. I've done some bad.
Have
what
you,
bad
Steve?
things have you done? What did you do? You were on Dance Moms.
You don't know. You don't know her story.
What did you do?
You don't know what she's been through.
What'd you do?
Maybe.
And what's funny is she was doing like a interview about that. It was a TikTok video.
Yeah.
And she's in like a bright pink room full of all her like glittery bows and stuff. She's like, yeah, I'm just a kind of a bad girl now. Like, look at the room you're in. Read the literal room that you're in. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I mean, I am a bad boy. So I am. That's what I do, Steve. I just, you're
a bad boy.
Bad boy.
Just do bad stuff.
Break the rules.
Yeah. I went to a JoJo Siwa concert. I wish I could take that back.
Oh, wow. That's even deep. You have even a deeper.
It was 4 years
level.
ago. It was my daughter. It was like a Christmas present, but I wish I could take that. It was when she was still like, JoJo.
Yeah.
You know,
like was she Nickelodeon or what was she on?
Yeah. Dance Moms was her big thing, right?
That was, I'm not familiar.
She started on the Abby whatever dance company, Dance Moms. That's where she started.
Interesting. I thought she was like a Nickelodeon star or something.
I think Nickelodeon pushed her music career, but she started on Dance Moms.
Have you watched Quiet on Set?
Dude.
It's rough, right?
All of it.
I know. It's really rough.
All of it.
Now, it is awful. And,
yeah,
it's bad.
Yep.
But it's also the way they told the story. They did a really good job.
They did. It's worth watching.
When you watch Drake come in at the end of that episode, they did. It's such the way because I love storytelling.
Yes.
And the way they told that, as horrific as it is, and it is, and it's awful.
My heart broke for Drake's dad.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Oh, it was awful.
Man, yeah.
To like know and to have that feeling
and be helpless and
be super
not be able to
helpless
do anything about it.
Yeah, it's just awful.
It's bad, man.
So,
and what spoke even more volumes to me were the people that weren't on the show. Like Amanda Bynes and everything that she went through.
Oh, yeah.
Like that wasn't even a part of the show because it was so bad that they kept it off of the show. It's like, man, this is just the stuff they put in the documentary.
Well, because I don't think with Amanda's, I don't think they you can't trace that. I don't know if that's, is there a story that I'm missing?
That she got pregnant at 16 and was forced to have an abortion to continue her show.
But has that ever that's come out and stuff?
I believe so.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Dude, awful. awful.
That's awful, man.
Awful. Children's TV is an evil machine when it's done like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
And you pray that all the shows that are on now, like there's been some major changes.
Yeah.
Because you can't help but watch Quiet on Set and be like, but there's still TV shows with child and teen stars.
Yeah.
Really hope the culture shift
You
is
would
like
hope, yeah, you would think, yeah.
180 out.
Yeah.
And then I love the aftermath talking about the adults on set that like really looked out for the kids. Jerry Trainer being one of them, if you know who that is. So iCarly, the Miranda Cosgrove and Jeanette McCurdy show. It was her older brother in the show. There's like a lot of behind the scene footage of him like getting between Dan Schneider and the young girls. A lot of behind the scene footage of him like
I didn't know that.
being the legitimate big brother on set.
Yeah.
And then all of the internet is like, that's a hero. That's
a hero.
the guy. Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty tragic.
Yeah, man.
Have you seen, what was it? Because all the stuff in New York right now, have you seen what's going on there in the
What's
city?
going on in New York?
Oh, actually, before we get to New York, 30A.
30A.
You seen what's going on with 30A
Spring
right now?
break.
And Seaside.
Seaside, spring break.
Seaside is the new Panama City.
Never thought I'd
Go
see
ahead
the day.
and tell your friends.
Well, it is for this year until they put a bunch of laws in place.
Which, I mean, Panama City did that, of course, we put a kibosh on that. And now people just decided Seaside's the new.
Yep.
There's video someone showed where it's just like thousands of
cans of sardines, man. Like bodies just packed in that little circle amphitheater.
Yeah. It's, oh
is
man.
it amphitheater or amphitheater?
It's amphitheater.
Amphitheater.
AMPH.
Amphitheater.
Theater. Amphitheater.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think it's accurate. But yeah, and it's funny, you don't think of Seaside as like Party Town, USA.
Never.
So it's
never
like
in all the times I've been there have I been like, this is where I'm coming to rage tonight.
Yeah. There's no clubs.
No.
Yeah.
You got a couple beachside bars, a lot of shopping, a lot of family fun and like food stands.
Bike rental places.
Yeah.
I love Seaside.
Yeah.
It's
now,
so
I don't know
much
if I like it anymore.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
DJ Pauly D's playing a set at Seaside.
I mean, only till 8 o'clock, and then everyone's got to go home.
Yeah, you got to go home.
So they did put a curfew in order, but yeah. So but no, New York is bonkers right now. It's people just selling fruit like all over, just like fruit stands everywhere now.
Oh,
because of all the immigrants that have.
Oh, okay, that checks out.
You know,
yeah.
And
wild. That
and just the the reports of people just punching women in the face and running off. You seen that?
No.
And I think it was the mayor or somebody came out and, you can correct me if I get this wrong, but somebody came out and said, why aren't people standing up for this? And you look at the Marine that got charged with murder for stopping it on the subway.
Yes.
And it's like, well, that's why.
That's why.
Because
when in self-defense I stop a tragedy, God forbid something happens to that person. Now I'm liable?
Now I'm liable and I'm, charged.
Did you see what the Santa Rosa sheriff said?
No, what'd he say?
Oh, man.
Our Santa Rosa sheriff?
Yeah. So
what did he say?
California has a court case that went through where someone broke into a house. Someone shot that person. They sued them and they won. And the stance was, if you care about your stuff more than human life, you're the problem. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone breaks into my house, I'm not going to wait to see if they're there to hurt me or steal my stuff.
That's the most California thing in the entire world. Anyone that chooses to live there,
like you care about your stuff more than that human life. If you break in my house, I'm not going to wait to see if you're there to hurt me or my family, or just steal my stuff,
or just take a stereo.
I'm putting one in your forehead. I'll call the cops on myself. I don't care.
Well, because they won't be able to call the cops.
True.
Santa
Rosa sheriff went on record. It was like, if someone breaks into your home, shoot to kill. It'll save tax dollars.
Well,
dude,
that's not inaccurate. Yeah.
Standard. Well, we have castle law. California doesn't.
It's true. I think Texas has some interesting laws too.
Yeah.
About that. Like, Texas, it has to be like either like trying to harm you or like
you've broken into my house. You're trying to harm me. I will go to court for that. Like if it's
in your house, yes, but in Texas, if it's on your property,
sure,
you can't. But if it's in your house, yes. I think Florida, it's your property, right? Or
it's your property.
So if they come on your property,
bro. If I see somebody with a face mask walking up my driveway at 2 a.m. with the intent to break into my home,
now what if it's
I'm
cold?
not waiting.
What if it's cold outside and that's the reason why the face mask on?
It's 2 a.m. Get off my driveway.
Yeah, but what if their car broke down?
No. See, I'm
block and a half of way.
I'm not shooting them first.
And it's really cold outside.
I'm drawing down.
And they're literally just like coming to ask for help.
Yeah, so I draw down.
Your house was the closest one away.
I draw down on them.
To where they were. You draw... Yeah.
Center mass.
Center mass.
What do you want?
Now, when you say center mass, is it your center mass or their center
Why
of
would
mass?
I aim at my own center of mass?
No, but you put... I'm not stupid. Are you putting the gun in your center of mass?
Absolutely not.
You're just pointing it at their center of mass.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody that tells you that they go for headshots or they're just trying to sound super cool.
Yeah.
Center
Who does
mass.
that?
Center mass.
When I shoot people,
Center
it is
mass.
always center of mass.
Or use a 50 cal. They don't have to
100%.
worry about your aim. Pick it up here.
Okay. Yeah. This is perfect. And we're back, folks.
And we're back. So the question I wanted to ask,
Yeah. What's the question you want to ask?
and you might have heard this before, you might have even answered this before,
Well, this is your 20-year debacle.
and I've flip-flopped.
Okay.
I've been on both sides.
I will
as I
100%.
learned.
We're going to settle this today. Let me just
Yeah.
comfort you. After today, you will no longer have to go back and forth.
I don't believe
it's going to
that.
be settled.
Because I'm going to learn something in a year or two, and I'm going to be like, oh, that changes things.
I don't know, man. We're going to settle this.
Full-grown silverback gorilla, full-grown grizzly bear. Who wins in a one-on-one fight?
So a grizzly bear or a silverback gorilla?
Yes.
Man.
And I've been on both sides of it.
It has to be the gorilla, right?
No.
Because the gorilla muscle mass alone.
Have you seen the size difference?
Yes. How much bigger a grizzly is than a silverback, correct?
So much bigger.
Are you familiar with the fact that a silverback is only in reference to age? It's not actually in reference to species.
That's not true.
It is true. There is no such thing as a
I'm
silverback
fact-checking you.
species.
Fact-checking
Check it.
you. I don't know if that's true.
Silverback is in reference to their age.
We're going to check. I don't know if that's true. And if it is, I've learned something.
It's just a gorilla. Silverback is an older gorilla. Mature gorilla. I don't know how you describe it.
Silverback gorillas are intelligent animals known for their use of tools.
At Google is silverback.
Well, this one's a baby, and it says young silverback tries to prove his strength.
So I was just at the Gulf Breeze Zoo, and this is one of the factoids they spit out on the train.
Yeah.
Was they said,
Well, I'm on a zoo website. Maybe this will give it
Okay.
to us. It says...
what are you Googling, though?
I just typed in silverback gorilla.
Yes, but I think you should say, what is silverback?
A silverback mountain gorilla is an adult male gorilla identifiable by a swath of silver hair on its back. So that sounds like what you're saying.
Is silverback in reference?
Do you know what that sounds like? You're
does.
right. Yeah. As well as its impressive signifier of its maturity, they're famed for the displays of aggression and dominance. So by saying silverback, I'm inferring a fully matured male gorilla.
A male gorilla matures into a silverback.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that. So my argument still stands. A silverback gorilla,
Is
so a fully mature gorilla
a prime gorilla,
versus a
prime grizzly.
grizzly bear. And I'm going to let you give your rationale because
Yeah.
I said gorilla for a long time.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to give my counterpoints and see if your mind
absolutely.
changes.
This is the debate everyone came for.
Yes.
So I think that when it comes to grizzly, you've got the claws.
Kitchen
And you've
knives.
got
They are
the-
kitchen knives, just so we're clear.
Yes, you've got those, and you've got their jaw power. With gorillas, like the strength of a gorilla alone could just, it's like, remember that scene in King Kong
But a grizzly bear's stronger.
when yes, but they don't, the opposable thumbs is what I'm talking about with a gorilla. A gorilla can make fists. Gorillas can literally like open up. I'm not trying to be graphic here.
I feel
but
you.
can like rip apart faces.
How big do you think a gorilla is?
How big?
Yeah, size and weight. Height and weight.
I mean, like when it's fully standing up, it's got to be 5 to 6 feet tall.
And how much does it weigh?
200 to 400 pounds.
Okay. What about a grizzly bear?
Grizzly, like standing on all fours,
Yes.
or just like standing up.
standing up on its hind legs so
On its
that its
hind legs.
weapons are out.
Oh, 8 to 10 feet.
And how much does it weigh?
Probably 400 to 600 pounds. Maybe close to 8.
9 to 1,100.
So that's interesting. So weight definitely plays a factor.
Now, here's the other thing. This is what's a game changer for me. Because
Yeah.
I was like opposable thumbs, this, that.
Yeah.
Gorilla's skin is like ours. It's very thin. It's very tearable. It's very cuttable.
Uh-huh.
There is a shaggy, thick pelt with a lot of fat, 360 on a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Before you get to anything vital.
Interesting.
So like a gorilla,
So what a gorilla would have to do to kill a grizzly with
would
just
have
his
to-
bare hands, it would have to.
it would have to somehow avoid 10 kitchen knives, get inside of an animal that's bigger, heavier, and stronger,
Oh yeah.
and attack it in a way. Yeah,
I think that alone is an interesting factor.
it is.
I may change my vote
Because a
on
grizzly,
that.
if a grizzly gets one swipe on a gorilla,
Yeah, it's a wide open.
it's like us.
Yeah.
Whereas a grizzly can take a swipe at a grizzly, and it's just fat, nothing vital, nothing.
For a while.
Yeah.
You have to be digging, which a gorilla's not going to be able to just start digging
Right.
around. That is interesting. I would like to officially change my mind.
See,
to a grizzly.
it's hard. It's harder than
It's
you
not
think.
that hard. Once you say that, it's not hard at all.
Yeah.
And true to my word, this question has been settled. No longer.
For now.
I don't think I mean, knowing that alone, I don't think there's any going back.
Yeah, I'm pretty heavy on Camp Grizzly now. I was gorilla for a long time.
I was
pretty heavy on
I was gorilla
Camp
just
Grizzly.
for their muscle mass alone.
Yeah,
Because they're the most dense.
it's faster. It's faster than a gorilla. Correct. They are faster than gorillas, and they can
Yes.
climb trees, and all the above.
I don't know that grizzlies climb trees. I know black bears do, but yeah. Let me ask you this: what's bigger, a grizzly or a polar bear?
Polar bear. Polar bears
Yeah.
are the largest, scariest bears ever,
Yep.
and have
Okay.
no natural predators.
All right. So right now, are we sitting at
45.
51?
Okay.
Let's go.
52?
I win.
Nice.
Okay.
It's a great
What else you
question,
got,
man.
man?
It's a great
It
question.
is a great question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: who wins between a kitten and a black mamba?
A kitten and a black mamba.
Mm-hmm.
A black mamba.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Would it help you to know that the skin of a black mamba is as loose as ours? And one swipe from a kitten.
It's a kitten. No.
Oh, well, just listen. Just listen.
No.
One swipe from a kitten opens the mamba up right away. Now, would it help you to know that kittens are immune to mamba venom?
Is that true?
I don't
You
know.
made that up. Have you ever seen a mongoose fight a snake?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Oh man, have I seen any cool animal videos lately? Because I do watch the Nature is
too.
Metal is like my favorite.
I watch a lot of really cool
It's
animal
awful.
stuff, man.
Wouldn't recommend it if you're an animal person, but just when you see nature,
Be nature.
When you see nature being nature,
Yep.
man, just a pretty. Crocodiles, dude, those are terrifying.
Yep. Good thing we don't have any here.
Yeah, we have alligators here.
Which they're punks, man.
Alligators are people. Yes, but yeah,
They're punks.
they are predators of
Opportunity.
opportunity.
Correct.
Yep.
Small children,
So-
hurt animals.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. If you're a small little dog near the water, they'll
Correct.
come get you.
But you're a full-grown man.
But
They don't want that
man,
smoke.
They definitely don't. Like you could swim with alligators and they'll be fine.
My,
You'll be fine.
you know Doc, my buddy.
I've heard of him. You
You know-
mentioned him.
You've met him. He's come to church a few
Yeah,
times.
man. Really cool guy.
His high school job
Plays
was
rugby.
Yes.
In Nylands.
Yes.
In Nylands.
His high school job was relocating alligators in Central Florida.
Okay, baby.
So like
That's my
pools,
impression of
golf courses.
Cajuns.
That was good.
Hey,
good.
baby. I
Hey.
say that a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
But that's
You
what they would do.
relocate?
Yeah, from pools, golf courses, stuff like that. He's like,
My dream job is to hunt alligators.
he said it's super. They're like really dumb and lazy. You kind of get behind them, pull their tail. They come around once, do it a second, third time. After that, they're like, whatever, bro.
Yeah, just take me.
Yeah, he said you'd pull their tail and their little like hands would come up, and then they're flat on their belly, and you would jump on their back, tape their mouth. 2 people. Most dangerous part, you said, was the tail because it's so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Said if you have one person holding the tail, the other person holding the head, throw it in a truck, relocate it.
Fascinating.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. He got knocked out by an alligator tail.
Well,
His buddy wasn't doing his job.
that
Let
might
the tail go.
that might be a predator of opportunity.
Tail.
You know. Anyways,
Yeah.
you gonna play a game?
Do it.
Okay. How does this work? I call a category, or
Is this wavelength?
Yeah, wavelength.
I think of a number.
Yep.
You give me a category, and I give you an answer based on the number I'm thinking, and then you try to guess my number.
So you pick the number,
Correct.
and then I give you the category, and then I guess
What my number
what
is.
your number is based on that. Okay. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll think of a number. You close your eyes.
Okay.
Close your eyes. Think of a number.
Let me know when
All
you're
right.
done.
All right. We're good.
Are you done?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I give you a category
You do.
now. That will be a fun category. Hang on. Restaurants in Pensacola.
Restaurants in Pensacola?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so excited about
Doghouse
this.
Deli.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Give another restaurant name.
Where are you thinking? No. I just give you one answer.
It's got to be a 10. Yeah.
So
Doghouse is a 10.
okay, all right. If you're sitting there, it's fine. Ask another question.
In fact, no, I don't even need to ask another question. That's how much I love the Doghouse Deli. 10. Final answer. No. Oh, gosh. Well, I lose.
Yep.
Let's play again.
Because for me, Global Grill is my 10.
Okay.
Doghouse is my 9.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You know what I mean? That's why you got to ask another question.
But see, you've had their bread pudding.
Dude, it's a 9.
That's a 10
But
all
it'll
day.
never be a Global Grill.
I don't know about that. That's some
It's just
controversial sentences.
It's a different level, man.
Okay. Let's go again.
All right. I'll think of another number. Close your eyes. All right.
Remember one time we played this and that said WNBA teams? That was so funny. Gosh. Okay. Taylor Swift songs.
Ooh.
I know we had a lot of dead space there. We can cut that.
Okay. All right. Add something else then.
No. That was right.
Oh.
I'm sticking with that.
Okay.
Taylor Swift songs.
Okay. Taylor Swift songs?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to go with the Sexy Baby song.
Anti-Hero?
That one. Yeah.
Oh, I got something to tell you about this in a second. Okay. Okay. What else? Give
You
me
have to
another
ask another category.
Oh, it's not just we want to keep on this. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Fast food burgers. Have we done this before?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to go with what's it called? Rallies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rallies.
I know exactly where you are right now. Okay. Last one will be fast food pizza chains. I say fast food pizza chains, just pizza chains.
Like pizza
just pizza chain pizza restaurants.
The warming tray in a 7-Eleven.
So you're at a 1. 0?
No.
You're at a 2?
No.
You're at a 3?
Yeah.
Wow, 3. So, Deidre got me a present this week. Did I tell you about this?
I saw the piano. Yeah.
So on my desk is this little piano. It's a desk calendar, but it's a real little piano. And every week it's a new Taylor Swift song with like instructions of how to play it on the piano.
Yep.
So every day I start my day with learning a new Taylor Swift song on this little piano.
Ask me how I knew that you had that.
How'd you know?
Social
break
media.
in my office?
Social media, man. You posted it on your Instagram story.
I did post it, yeah. It didn't get a lot of play.
Yeah.
People didn't really respond to that well. I don't understand why. It's pretty incredible.
So 0? Come on, man.
For what?
For all
For
the things.
gas station pizza? Yeah.
So
7-Eleven warming tray pizza?
Yeah.
100%.
I put that
that's
at a 3.
0.
I put it at a 3.
Oh, you're embarrassing.
Because I'm going to eat it. 0 is like the dumpster out back behind the 7-Eleven.
Well, that changes things. I knew Anti-Hero was going to be low for you. I knew that.
I hate that song.
And I knew Rallies I would have put Rallies at a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
So I thought that was weird.
Yeah, Crystals would be a 4 for me. I would choose Crystals over.
John, what would you put Crystals at, being from the north?
Well,
I know
White Castle.
I know it's called White Castle.
No, so White Castle's a 7.
No, that's my point.
It's not
my
the
point.
same.
This is my point. People that value White Castle, it is way higher than anyone else in the world because there's no difference between White Castle and Crystal.
Yes, there is.
There's not.
Yes,
it's
there
the
is.
same thing.
No, there is a difference.
But there is a surprising amount of people, I believe, from the north that would rate White Castle higher
Yes.
than people would rate Crystals. That's my.
They didn't make a movie called Harold and Kumar Go to Crystals. There's a reason. White Castle is elite.
Is elite?
Elite.
You really think it's a 7?
When it is 3 a.m.
Oh, bro, you're embarrassing yourself. Just stop.
2 words that you have no reference to unless have you ever been to White Castle? 2 words.
Okay.
Chicken rings.
They have chicken wings?
Chicken rings.
Chicken rings.
Rings.
Rings of chicken.
Would blow your mind.
I am so embarrassed for you right now.
It would blow your mind. Anybody on here that has ever been to White Castle and had a chicken ring,
as much crap as you give me about my cultured appetite. Oh, man.
Chicken rings, bro. Chicken rings.
Anything else before we sign off today?
Grow up. 7-Eleven warming tray pizzas at 3.
Well, you heard it there, folks.
I put Hungry Howie's at a 6. Little Caesars at a 5. Papa John's is probably an 8. Domino's 7. Pizza Hut 9. I don't know if there's a 10 for chain pizza.
No, they're all... the highest a chain pizza can go is a 7.
Your category is chain pizza.
I know
there has to be a 10.
But that's I won't.
There has to be a litmus of 0 to 10.
And Pizza Hut's your 10?
I think no, it's a 9.
What's your 10 then?
I'm thinking it would probably be something like, what is it? Boca de Pep, like Uno. Uno would be my chain 10. Uno would be my chain 10.
Giraldi's and
never had it.
Yeah, it's in Orlando. It's a chain.
Okay.
But it's a restaurant chain. They do the deep dish Chicago style.
Yeah.
So fun.
But out of the common ones, man, I think Pizza Hut's the best one.
That's restaurant or I agree.
Yeah.
That's fair. I actually love Hungry Howie's. I put a Hungry Howie's at like a 7 or 8 on that scale.
I put it at a 6.
Yeah. Papa John's is right there. Pizza Hut is just, man.
I have memories with Pizza Hut.
I know, but
nostalgia gets me, man.
Yeah. Well, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Have I told the story about the bear and Deidre in Blue Ridge?
Yes. You told me. You didn't tell.
Okay.
You haven't been on here since.
Okay. It's not that great.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. It's an okay story.
It's a bear.
She was comforted by the fact that there was a sign. We were hiking doing something and there was a sign that said like, if you see a black bear, just make yourself bigger than the black bear and say rawr.
Rawr.
And she was like, see, it's not that bad if we see a bear. I said, let me just be very clear with you, Deidre. I said, that sign is there for your comfort, but that is it.
Black bears are punks, man.
It doesn't matter if a black bear wants the smoke, it's going to get the smoke.
I would put you, unless it's a fully grown male black bear, I'd put you toe to toe.
Thanks, man.
You're not dissimilar size. You're taller, man. And they weigh about 200 to 300 pounds.
Well, I mean, I'm not 300 pounds, just to be clear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm a little bit less than that.
Different animal.
My thought.
That's a whole different animal. Once you get to the mountains in the Northeast, it's just like deer down here versus deer up there.
But the black bears around here, they are small.
Punks.
Yeah, there's trash pandas.
They are. Well, I love trash panda. My shirt comes in this week.
Oh, is it a trash panda shirt?
Yeah, the raccoon with the tummy ache.
That's a trash panda? Is a raccoon?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that saying is?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Trash pandas are raccoons.
But that doesn't make any sense because a raccoon is not black and white.
No, it has the similar eyes and the similar...
It has a mask.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
trash pandas.
This has been a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for doing this. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. Please share. Get the word out. Rate the podcast if you enjoy it. If you don't, then just don't rate it.
And I know we don't have any sponsors, but if Liquid Death wanted to.
Dude, I had a Liquid Death the other day that was an actual, water.
Just regular water? Or a flavored water?
It was like a LaCroix. But
Buried Alive?
Yep.
It's a good one.
It was really good,
I love Liquid Death.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yep.
All right, we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.